be the Division One Cup, and then our final 3:20 p.m. local time, Indiana against Southern Nazarene University. We have our kickoff, Texas State again in the orange and black hoops. Rice, the Owls, in the white kits. They are getting the ball. Nice little grubber kick there. Rice, when they played against Oklahoma, just looked a little flat. Let's see if maybe they woke up a little bit. While Texas State played a very, very tough and fast Texas San Antonio team. And here we go with the Owls. Looks like they are also going to be very fast. We have that breakaway. And the Owls get on the board first. They have woken up indeed, at least here in the beginning of the first half. Try for the Owls. Conversion kick to come. The Owls, the Rice does have a lot of really great players, but for whatever reason, their prior game against Oklahoma, they just looked very, very flat. Again, it's been a long 2 days for both of these teams. This is the sixth game that they played this weekend. So very, very tired bodies. Just waiting for the conversion kick. And the kick is good. So Rice up 7-0 over Texas State. Texas State, again, known as the Renegade Rugby Football Club, established back in 1983, so about 45 years in history. No strangers to championships. They were the Texas State champs in 2008, 9, 11, and 15. Of course, they want to try to gain some gold back here in the 20s. Won't find it here in bobble of the ball. Won't find it here in the Yellow Rose Showcase. But like I said, even though teams do not win their divisions here, they still have an opportunity to get an at-large bid in to make an appearance at the big National Collegiate Rugby Sevens tournament in April at the Maryland Soccerplex. If you haven't watched that, you should check it out. If you have the opportunity to go, I would highly recommend. Tickets will be on sale soon. It is a fun event, a full weekend of rugby action with some of the best and brightest college stars competing. We might see both of these teams there if they get an at-large bid in. Rice with the ball. Rice trying to score again off of their first try. Unfortunately, a knock on, I believe, by the player that scored that earlier try for Rice. Texas State trying to slow the game down just a little bit. I think the momentum is in the hands of Rice. Texas State needs to change that as much as they can. Maybe slow down Rice a little bit, catch them off guard, and then score. Well, we'll see here. Texas State with the put in for the scrum. Ooh, looks like looked like Rice was almost able to get the ball from the scrum, but Texas State able to capitalize on the confusion. Texas State making their way in. Good tackle by Rice, preventing the try from being scored. Texas State needs to get some support. Rice, as you see, spreading out their defense. Texas State trying to go wide, trying to go all the way, looping past. They have numbers there. They have the man advantage. Will he be able to score? Jukes, gets caught by the defender, but there's the opening there. And Texas State, they'll put it down. They do try for Texas State. Working a little hard to get that try, but still we're able to get it down. Conversion kick will definitely not be easy here. And I believe Texas State is trying to figure out who they're passing the ball to. I believe the conversion was no good. And so now we're just waiting for the ball to come back. Score remains Rice 7, Texas State 5. As we're heading into the final 2 minutes of the half. Kind of a grubber kick. Oh, goes past the Rice player. Will there be just a little too much on it? Rice puts the ball down in their try zone. So that means it's going to be a 22-meter dropout. Or it should be a 22-meter dropout. Yeah, 22-meter dropout. Because the ball was touched down in the try zone by Rice. So they're going to get a 22-meter dropout. That means they get to kick the ball from the 22-meter line. They can't keep the ball. They have to kick it. And here we go. Not the best of kicks. You try to get the ball as far away from your territory as possible. So North Texas is able to recover the ball still within Owl territory. But it looks like we might have a maul here. Ball is held up, and it is. Anytime that we have a maul, when a player has the ball and he is held up, as soon as their knees go down, it's a tackle. So the person that's holding the player has to let go. But if that player prevents the player with the ball from getting their knee on the floor for a tackle, then the ball is considered dead, unplayable, and that is a turnover. So the Owls were able to turn over the ball. Good play by the Owls, and they get the scrum, and the scrum put in here. Owls with a great scrum. Nobody on that blind side. So the scrum half making his way through, finds the support. Here comes North Texas. Ooh, that's a high tackle right there. Sure enough, penalty against North Texas. Or we have the advantage. The Owls continue the play, but they have the advantage for the high tackle. Ooh, ball almost goes out of hand. Owls, though, making their way, trying to slice through the North Texas defense. I believe advantage is already over for that prior penalty, so we continue playing on. North Texas getting their defense back in, trying to prevent the Owls from passing it the 50-meter mark. And now we have a penalty against the Owls for not releasing. And we do have some substitution. Again, some tired players here. Game 6 of 2 days. So a lot of tired bodies. I believe we're in match official time, so I believe this will be the last play of the half. Will North Texas be able to score? I think they will. He has a couple of people to pass. Where's the support? There it is. Throws the pass. Owls defense here. Nice little pass, but the Owl defense is there. We do have an advantage for a high tackle and a penalty for the high tackle. North Texas not waiting around, and they score the try. Owls look like they just lost steam going into the second half. And North Texas takes advantage of it, puts it down. Waiting for the conversion kick to come. And the kick doesn't look good. So we remain 10-7. Very close contest here on pitch number 2. Going into halftime. We'll step aside for a couple moments. We'll be back with the second half here. Texas State 10, Rice 7. All right, rugby fans. Second half action between Texas State and Rice. Texas State up 10-7. Very close contest, playing for the Division 1 Shield. Once again, our next matchup will be the 5th place Division 1 final for the bowl between Houston and Oklahoma. That should be a great match. As we see Rice getting in position. Rice in the white kits. Texas State in the orange and black hoops. Once again, programming note, pitch number 1 at 3 p.m. local time. We'll have the Division 1 final between Baylor and Sam Houston, and then the big one, 3:20 p.m. on pitch 1, Indiana against Southern Nazarene for the Premier Cup Championship. Kickoff was a little too much, so unfortunately, that is a penalty against Rice. So Texas State will have the ball at the 50-meter. And again, when you only have one ball on the pitch, it takes a little bit of time to reset. But here we go. Texas State. Oh, what happened there? A little miscommunication between the Texas State players, and we have a knock on. How unfortunate. And so Owls get a scrum here. Again, I can't stress enough how long of these last 2 days have been for these rugby players. This is game number 3 of day 2, 6 of 2 days total. So a lot of fried nerves, a lot of sore bodies. So a little bit of miscommunication right there. Owls with the put in. Owls need to figure out a way to get back into the Texas State territory to score. They're only down by 3 points, so they can make the lead here if they can get the try. Can he break away? There isn't any support for the Owls. Here they come. Got to make their way back. Texas State with the defense. Kind of a grubber kick. Will it set up? No. Does it? I don't think it did. I think it went out of bounds. So we go back to where the kick was, and we'll have a penalty there. We have some substitutions. So the penalty is where the kick was made. And we're going to have the kick further down to the field. And Rice cleanly gets the ball, and they're making their way in. Texas State defense a little bit lacking right now. Rice trying to find some openings. Tackle is not held down, so he can still run. Rice trying to find the opening here on the right side. Texas State needs to get their defense going. Owls need to get some support. A lot of tired bodies moving very slowly. Owls moving the ball towards the left side, widening the offense. Number 14, scrum half, just kind of jogging his way to the ball. There's the Texas State defense right there. Great tackle. Owls just look very, very tired. Texas State trying to hold the Owls back. Owls trying to find some opening. Texas State, very, very strong defense. Oh, the Owls might have found it, and they do. They find the opening in a great sidestep, and the Owls score. Rice takes the lead with that touch, with that try. And you see a little bit of argument between the North Texas players. Again, some tired bodies, some miscommunication. Players think that they have the man and they don't. Owls waiting for the conversion here. Every point's going to be very crucial to try to extend the lead. Conversion is good. So Rice is up 14-10. Texas State isn't out of it yet. It is a very close battle, but you can tell both sides are very, very tired. You can see both teams, I think, are kind of slowly walking back to restart, trying to waste as much time as possible off the clock. Get this match to end as quickly as they can. That, of course, benefits Rice because Rice right now took the lead. 14-10 here. Rice with the restart. Oh, and he bobbles the kick. Oh, again. You can just tell that everybody is so tired. We had the kickoff, and unfortunately, the player literally misses the ball. It is very unfortunate. Texas State on the march. Can they capitalize on that mistake? Can they regain the lead? All they got to do is score a try, flipping on the pitch. But Texas State continues to hold on to the ball. A good passage to play here. There's another open man on the 19. Texas State doesn't need it. There's a good open man. Will he find that man on the 19? He's got to find the support. He does. Moving to the open field. There wasn't anybody there. Texas State needs to find support. They're right there at the try zone. Need to get a scrum half to get the ball. And they do. Do they find the opening? Find the open man? They have numbers on the right side. And they'll put it down. Owls look like they were sleeping right there. Allows Texas State to score. Try time for Texas State as they regain the lead. And a beautiful backflip by the try scorer. Kick in the conversion is good. Again, all these conversions are going to be very, very important now as this game is very, very close in score. Texas State moves ahead of Rice 17-14. Going into the last 2 minutes of the half. Plenty of time for either side to either regain the lead or widen the lead. Again, both sides look very, very tired. So it's going to be a battle of attrition to see which side can maintain energy longer. Texas State with the kickoff. Owls with a great take. Here comes Rice. Rice trying to move out of their territory. North Texas doing their best to keep them in. Bottleneck them down. Some big players on Rice. Obviously, the benches will be cleared, but I think even the players on the benches are tired. Everybody is tired. Nice little grubber kick. Will that play out? It might. Oh, the Owls player loses the ball. So unfortunate. And that is the game. So we are done. Texas State walks away with the win 17-14, a very close contest.